everyone, it's Shea. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video all on Instagram content creation. So in today's video, I will go over how I plan and schedule out my Instagram content with a program called Later, which you might have heard of before, and they were kind enough to sponsor this video, so I will definitely be talking more about them and how I use Later to schedule my Instagram content. And I'll also go over how I actually shoot my Instagram photos. I do have a photo for a brand that I need to take today, so I will walk you through how exactly I do that. And quickly, I'll go over how I edit my Instagram photos, and I'll also give you some tips on writing some engaging Instagram captions so that way you can help increase your engagement rate on your posts. So we're just gonna go over the whole process from start to finish, and I hope that this will give you some good ideas about growing your Instagram and also what kind of content to create. So first off, let's jump into how I plan out my posts and getting set up to actually take my photos. First, what I'm going to do is take a look at my calendar of YouTube videos and any other priorities of things that I'll need to post on Instagram within the next month or next few weeks. So I usually post on Instagram every time I release a new YouTube video, which is usually about once a week. So I like to have those photos done ahead of time. Sometimes I'll take them on the day that I actually shoot the video, but usually I like to get ahead so I can actually schedule out my posts. If I open up Notion, I have a video tracker. I talked about Notion and how I use it to kind of plan out my content a few videos ago, which you can find on my channel. This is where I plan out my video ideas, but I also have a calendar view so I can see what videos are coming up. And I still have to put some in here so you can see where I have some content planned. So these will be things that I need to take pictures for, and you can see that I usually post around Thursday or Friday. I post about once a week, but I also like to throw in a few photos that aren't attached to YouTube videos just so my fans can get an idea of what's happening in my life, or if I just felt like taking a fun photo, I can share that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the photo that I need to take for the brand that I'm working with. This brand is called Cozy Earth. They were kind enough to send me this awesome PJ set that I am so in love with. I've been wearing it to bed every single night and it is so soft. I love it so much. I actually have a code for you guys if you want to purchase one of your own, maybe after you see this video. I'll be talking about it more in another vlog that I have coming up, but for right now, I'm very excited to shoot a photo for it. So I'm gonna get changed into that PJ set, and I know exactly the concept that I wanna do. If you don't know what kind of concept you want to do, whether you're taking a picture for a brand or also just for your personal Instagram, I think Pinterest is an amazing resource for finding posing tips, for finding just really awesome inspiration. So if you're really stuck on what kind of photos to take, definitely check out Pinterest. So now, as usual, after shooting, my room is an absolute mess. I'm always like moving stuff around or trying to get something in a shot or not in a shot. There's a lot to work around, and I'm looking around my room right now, and I'm gonna have to clean it up after this, but you know, that's how it goes. Now I will take these photos and edit them, and I have a few other photos that I want to schedule that I have to edit too, but I will show you how I do that in Lightroom. I might change, but honestly, I might just keep this on because it's so comfortable. It's like 1 p.m., but you know what? These days, everyone's staying in their PJs all day, so I'll probably just do that too. Alright, so I just downloaded all the photos to my phone because I like to use Lightroom on my phone to edit. I will go through and look at the photos that I like and the photos that I'm like, and then kind of see if maybe there's one that jumps out at me, and usually I just like to favorite it so I remember. Or I can just click this button and I can, where is it? And I can send it right to Lightroom. A good tip to remember when you're taking photos is that usually the raw photo that you take in the camera will not look anything like the edited photo. So if I looked at this, I would be like, this is not good. But it's a work in progress. So just remember that when you're taking photos, if you're like, wait, this looks bad, just wait, because you haven't done all the editing magic on it. It might look like boring and blah, but trust me, just wait. So I first like to crop the photo the way that I want it. This one, I'll probably do like a 1x1, like a square for Instagram, but you can also do 4x5. And I just kind of frame it how I want. And I took my photo pretty far away, but it was just so that way I could have enough room to, you know, zoom in and edit if I wanted to, because I didn't want to go too far in and wish I had gotten more of the photo. So that's another good tip. So you can see that this one is pretty dark, so I might just lighten that up, but my preset is pretty light. So let's see what happens once I want to put my preset on. Okay, so this is my preset, and I'm gonna have to adjust it because obviously it's pretty dark and my Instagram feed is not this dark. Just really brighten it up. It's a little too saturated. So even though I have presets, you can see that it's not really just like a, oh, click and you're done. Sometimes it could be if you kind of take pictures with the same exposure or like in the same location, you just kind of have the same routine, good. But sometimes like this, you will have to adjust. If you have seen my page before, that you know that it is bright and fun and just very like white, clean, minimal kind of style, I guess. Okay, so I finally finished editing my photos. It definitely takes a while for me, but mainly because I am a perfectionist and I need everything to be perfect, and then I look at it and I'm like, this is bad, and then I redo it. Anyways, I finally found one photo out of the like 50 that I took that I liked. Now I'm gonna open up Later and show you some of the other photos that I have as well, and show you how I schedule them through Later. First off, some things about Later. If you haven't heard of it, it is the #1 visual marketing platform. And it has been amazing for simplifying my Instagram process and marketing. And it's really great because businesses of all sizes can use it, just like an individual like me, if you're a content creator, influencer, but also bigger businesses can also collaborate on it. And it's not just a scheduling tool, they also have analytics and some other marketing tools on there. So it's actually really cool. For the longest time, I wasn't even using any sort of scheduler. And the fact that Later has a scheduler and all these other tools and analytics that you can look at made it really, really exciting and enticing for me. I'm gonna walk you all through how I use Later. And if you're interested, I do have a code for you. You can try 1 month of the growth plan for free. If you guys enjoy it, definitely try it out. The code will be linked down below. All right, so this is my view on Later on the desktop, and you can see that I have the media that I uploaded over here, so the photo that I just took, and then some other photos that I want to schedule. If you have to upload more photos, you just click this button up here, and it's really simple to just upload it here. The first thing I like to do is I go over to this button that says Preview. And I really like this because you can get a preview of your Instagram feed and the grid. And what I like to do is just drag in all of the photos that I want to post. And this is cool because one, you can see if maybe one of the photos doesn't really fit
your color scheme, or you need to make some edits. Or you can also kind of move them around if you don't have a specific posting schedule and kind of see what fits best where. So it can help you determine what photo you should post next. So I just really like this feature. You can quick schedule them from here, but I personally just like to use it as a preview feature. So then when I want to schedule my post, I click over here on week and you can see the week view. So you just drag your photo to wherever you want to schedule it. And if you put it in the wrong place by accident, you can always go down here and make sure you have the right time and date. I pre-wrote a caption so that way you guys wouldn't have to sit here and watch me write a caption, so I will just paste that in. Another cool feature is that you can click here and write saved captions. The thing that I like to do in here is actually save some hashtags. So this is just an example of some hashtags, but what you can do is maybe create a new, like let's say you use hashtags about some business stuff. So you want to have hashtags that are about, you know, being an entrepreneur. Did I spell that right? Or, you know, small business stuff. So let's say you don't want to type those out every single time you do a post. You can just type them in here and save them as whatever caption group you want to, and then you can hit save caption, and that way you just click here and insert it and it'll just pop in your post. So very convenient, really saves a lot of time if you include a lot of hashtags. Hashtags are very important for helping your posts get found. If you are writing a post for the first time and you don't know what hashtags to use, they have this handy little tool called hashtag suggestion. So let's say, you know, I do have this video about productivity. This post is promoting my new productivity video on YouTube. So I can click here and it gives me some relevant options to the word productivity. Personally, advise you to not use something as used as this motivation hashtag. You can see it has over 160 million uses and your post will probably just get lost. So I would say aim for ones that are a little bit less used, just so your post actually has a chance to be found when using the hashtag. But this does give you some really great other relevant options for your post. And then whatever ones you do want to include, you just click this little check and highlight however many you want, scroll down here and then insert, and then they pop up in your caption. So again, very convenient and very, very helpful. You can also tag people. So for this post, I would tag the brand that I worked with. And then you can just kind of choose wherever you want the tag to pop up. And then finally, when your post is ready and all done, you can go down here and you can either auto-publish it, so it'll publish at this time, or you can have later send you a notification on your phone when your post is ready if you'd rather just manually do it. For right now, I will auto-publish it, save, and then your post will be published at its scheduled time. So you can see it right here, or if you go in the month view, you can also see the time and that it will be auto-published. So then usually what I do is just go through and I will schedule out the rest of my other posts. Another thing that's pretty cool is that they do have an analytics tab. And if you're like me, I honestly love looking at analytics, just to see how many people my posts are reaching, how many impressions they're getting, how many followers I'm getting or losing. I also really like this audience tab because it shows you when most of your followers are online. So you can see that the dark purplish color is when most of my followers are online, and I use that to know when I should schedule my posts. So usually like Thursday, Fridays is actually when I schedule my posts, so I can see that anywhere from like 9 to 11 is probably a prime time to post, so that way I get the most engagement right when my new posts are up. You also get some post performance metrics, so you can see all of this laid out in one nice table, and you can even see all of your stories, which is pretty cool because I definitely reach a lot of people through my stories. It's a quick overview of later. Like I said, I have the growth plan, and if you want to check it out, be sure to check out the link in the description below to get 1 month free off your own growth plan.
I'm glad that I scheduled all that out and you got to see exactly how later works. So before I let you go, I just wanted to go over some ideas for how you can create a better engagement rate on your Instagram through the captions that you write, the hashtags you use, all that kind of stuff. So my tip on writing captions: be honest, open, relatable. Typically, if you are a blogger or influencer, longer captions actually do better because it's almost like having a little mini blog post on your photos and helps you connect with your audience a little bit better. It also is an opportunity to share what's going on in your life or share some sort of tips. Even in the blogging world, listicle type things perform very well. So if you are promoting a blog post or promoting a video, maybe write down a few bullet points of the things that you talk about in that blog post or video. And always, this is the most important, is to include a CTA or a call to action at the end of your post, like right before the hashtags. This is so people are prompted to engage with your post, comment, but hopefully comment. So you can ask a question like, what are you doing today? Or what are your goals? Or their thoughts on whatever you said in the post. Because someone could just like your post if you just wrote like a funny caption or a lyric to a song as one of your captions. But by asking someone to answer a question, and people love to share about themselves and talk about themselves, so by doing that, you actually will encourage more engagement, even if it's the most simple thing like sharing an emoji or sharing a goal or sharing what you're doing today. Also, as far as hashtags, you can use up to 30, and I've heard some mixed things about hashtags, so I feel like it's really up to you. But a lot of people say use all 30 hashtags. If you do that, just make sure you are not using hashtags that have like millions of uses, because then yours will definitely get lost in the mix. So I recommend doing some research about hashtags you should use. Always make sure that it is relevant to what your post is actually about. You don't want to use hashtags that seem to get a lot of traction, or else you could come across as being spammy. I recommend trying to stick to hashtags that are in the like couple hundred thousands range maybe. So let's say you want to use the hashtag productivity. That's gonna have a ton of uses, but maybe you can look up and see how many uses productivity hacks has, or productivity tips, or how to be more productive. Kind of just play around. And that is how I shoot my Instagram content. This took me a while because I was also filming a video at the same time. So I started this around like 10:30 or 11, and it's now 1 p.m. Usually it wouldn't take me like 2.5 hours, but I was filming this YouTube video at the same time, so I had to set up all the shots for that. Definitely don't get discouraged if your Instagram engagement is not great right now. I know a lot of people are really struggling, but with tactics like I gave you with your captions and your hashtags, just really connecting with people, I genuinely believe that the more authentic you come across to your audience and show the real you, the more people will want to follow you. It's important to show up on your stories every day. Maybe that seems like a lot, but I post every day and a lot every day. It could be something just like sharing your coffee, sharing your quick workout, sharing some sort of motivational content, because that's a really good way to engage with your audience, especially if you don't have the ability or the amount of content to post every single day. I know a lot of people feel like they have to post every single day, but I just don't think that that's necessary anymore to grow your Instagram. And I really feel like it should be quality over quantity. So the more time you set aside to take quality photos like that and then spread them out throughout the weeks or the months, the better. Those are all my tips for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like this, I do want to make a lot more videos about content creation. So definitely let me know. But in the meantime, I will link my blog down below, which actually has a lot of posts about creating content for YouTube or starting a blog or starting a YouTube channel. So for now, just check out my posts on there, and I hope to see you all very, very soon, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!